Okay, so let's address the elephant in the room. We Indians do not consume enough protein. And if you do not believe me, then please have a look at this chart. 73% of Indians do not consume enough protein, they are deficient in protein. Now, I do know that 73% can be attributed to the average income that we have, which is on the lower side, plus the amount of people who are earning a good amount of money and can actually afford to buy good protein sources is also very less. But let us not forget one thing, that is, even rich people in India have the same problems. They have the same protein related problem. That is, when they get old, they have back pain, they have muscle loss, they have osteoporosis, they cannot walk for longer distances. And these are all diseases that arise due to the lack of protein or due to being less aware of the importance of protein, which is unfortunately very common in India. And many Europeans say that Indians have a very skinny physique, and I think our skinny physique, thin arms, chubby face, these all can be attributed towards the diet that we have. And that diet is one of the reasons why I think people do not consider Indians attractive, especially women who are living in Europe. But why is Indian diet deficient in protein? What is the reason behind it? Because we do have food that are good in protein sources, but why are we still deficient in protein? Give me some time and I will explain you the entire reason behind this. Now, if you look at most of the food that we eat, you will realize that they are very high in carbohydrates, from dal chawal, chole bhature, aloo puri, dosa, idli, multiple things. You have pulao as well. All these things are based on rice, and rice is a very dense source of carbohydrate. Since we consume a lot of rice, we are deficient in protein. But the problem is, even when we consume protein rich sources, for example, let's say we consume chicken, we consume protein, the two most common protein sources in India, we do not consume them in isolation. We consume them in curry forms. So, for example, if we're consuming 50 grams of chicken, or we're consuming chicken which gives us 50 grams of protein, it will be coupled with gravy, and the gravy in itself will have 200 grams of carbohydrate. And guess what? Wherever you have curry, you will also have rice and you will also have naan. These two sources are insanely high in carbohydrate. The average recommended limit of eating carbohydrate is around 250 grams every single day. But the average amount of carbohydrate that we consume through one single meal is around 150 grams. Multiply this by 3 and you will have your daily carbohydrate intake. And 150 is an optimistic number. It is on the lower side of things. So, on the lower side of things, an average Indian is consuming 450 grams of carbohydrate every single day. And if we go on the higher side, then it will be north of 600 grams of carbohydrate. That is basically an invitation for cardiovascular diseases, obesity, belly fat, chubby face, muscle loss, and a plethora of diseases. And one of the main reasons why we do not have a muscular physique. And let us be honest, every girl loves a muscular physique. Nobody loves a fat, skinny physique. So if you want to be attractive and have a muscular physique, then you will have to be smart with your food choices. Now, I know that many dal paglus will be watching this video, and please do not be under the misconception that I was. I always thought dal was a high source of protein. First of all, it does not have all amino acids. So even though it will give you protein, it will not give you the complete profile of amino acids. So dal in itself is an incomplete source of protein. Now the second thing, many people think that 100 grams of dal has 24 grams of protein. That is not the case. 100 grams of uncooked दाल, कच्ची दाल, which we cannot eat. मैंने तो कभी खाई नहीं कच्ची दाल अपनी जिंदगी में. So 100 grams of uncooked dal has 24 grams of protein. But nobody eats uncooked dal, right? We all eat dal which is in cooked form. And 100 grams of cooked dal has around 7 to 8 grams of protein. Now, it's a good source of protein. Of course, if you're having 400 grams of dal, you will be consuming around 28 to 30 grams of protein. But at the same time, you will also be consuming about 100 grams of carbohydrate, which is 50% of your daily recommended intake. Plus, whenever you eat dal, you never eat it alone. You either eat it with roti or rice. That is how I eat my dal. And the problem is, these two protein sources are again very rich in carbohydrate. Every roti has 20 grams of carbohydrate. Every 100 gram of rice has 40 grams of carbohydrate. So you can do the calculation here. You would be consuming around 150 to 160 grams of carbohydrate just from dal, rice and roti. And if you include other sources as well, other vegetables that are made in India, they are also rich in carbohydrates, especially potato. Now see, this is not a roast video. I'm not criticizing Indian food. Indian food is the best in the world. It only has one macro factor in which it is deficient, which is protein, and that too can be fixed. See, I'm not saying do not eat dal, rice or roti. These are very tasty food. I'm saying if you want to eat protein, then please reduce your consumption of these food sources. Of course, you can eat more dal because life is best lived in moderation. You can never eliminate something from your life. All you can do is reduce your quantity. So my advice would be, if you're having 100 grams of dal, then rather than having 150 grams of rice along with it, reduce the amount of rice that you're eating with dal. This is one simple way to fix your overeating, reduce your carbohydrate content. Now, I do know that hitting a protein source is a very difficult task because we need 2 grams of protein per kg of your body weight in order to optimize muscle growth. And that is one thing that we all struggle with. So in the next video, I will show you how you can hit your daily recommended protein intake. And that is the end of this video. If you liked it, then please share, like and subscribe. And thank you very much for watching this video till the end. It means a lot to me. I put in a lot of hard work in this video. And thank you all my friends. See you in the next video, which is going to be absolutely bonkers.